I say it on Russian. Если показалось, то тебе не показалось. Grew up in Minvode.
Oh, wow, okay.
But my parents are originally all from Grozny. Mom and my grandma, they both died. So you knew you're pregnant. You understand that everybody can get treated. If you go to emergency room, nobody will kick you out.
What is it like to be, a single mom, navigating your life and having a career?
And knock on wood.
Is America your final destination? Or would you want to travel somewhere else?
Travel, but come back here.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to Refugee from Russia podcast. I hope you're doing well. I traveled across the United States to meet with people who immigrated to America from Russia to hear their stories. Now, this wasn't an easy task, and my team faced a lot of challenges. I do hope that you enjoy this new series because we really worked very hard on this. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. By the way, before I go, if you want to share your story with me, you're from Russia, from ex-USSR, leave me a comment or send me a message via my Gmail. It's refugeefromrussiapodcast@gmail.com. Hi guys, welcome to Refugee from Russia podcast. Today I have yet another guest in Philadelphia, Anna. Anna, hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very good. Where do most of the people from the ex-USSR countries live?
In Northeast Philadelphia, northeast part.
If you were to describe to me someone who's never been in the Northeast, how would you describe that place?
When I came here from Russia, just before I came, I lived 1 year in Moscow, but the entire life I lived in Northern Caucasus.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I grew up in Minvode.
Oh, wow, okay.
But my parents are originally all from Grozny. My mom is actually from Ingushetia, but it was Chechen-Ingush area back in the days. She was born there, and all my family is from there. So when I came from where I grew up, and I came here, and I said, oh, it seems like I came from home to home.
Oh, so really it reminded you of your house, of your home?
It really reminded me a lot.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot of Russian-speaking businesses, lots of restaurants that look like back in the days back in home.
When did you come to the United States?
It was 2011, March 11th.
Oh, you still remember
Yeah.
the exact date even?
Yes, I do remember, because when I was coming from Russia, we sit in the airport in Moscow, and it was blizzard, and it was freezing cold, and I'm coming here, people were already wearing t-shirts, and everything was blooming.
What made you come to the United States?
I think I was gonna come ever since I turned 14.
Oh, so you always knew?
I always knew, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I always knew I'm gonna come. I applied to visa 7 times before I was accepted. Yeah, I got denied 6 times, and only 7th time they said me yes. I was like every year since I was, almost every summer since I turned 19, and I only came, I was going to American Embassy, and only when I was 27 they said me yes, go.
I mean, 7 times got rejected. Did you ever think, okay, fine, I'm gonna give up?
No, and never. And I used to work in Russia. I used to work in school as a teacher, and everybody around would tell me like, "This is so silly. It's not your destiny." I was like, and I was such a person that I don't know about destiny. I know what I want.
Wow.
Yeah. And I
Where? Okay, that's pretty impressive. I mean, I heard stories of people trying to come here maybe 2 to 3 times, but 7 times I've never heard anybody.
I wasn't going to stop.
Were you like that when you were a kid? Or was there something that changed in you as a teenager that made you more persistent and going after your dream?
Movies.
Movies, huh?
Movies. That's the movies. That's the power of an art of a movie. Yeah, I remember I always watched the movie when I watched the movie Legally Blonde.
Oh yeah,
You know, with the Reese
with
Witherspoon.
Yeah.
I fall in love with the idea, like to be in school in the United States, like to go to university or to college. I just felt like I wanna try.
Oh wow!
And
So
the other movies, like I felt like I should go always. It's very interesting what happened. Like 3 years before I came here, every night I'm sleeping, I saw water. It's either a wave or it's in a glass or any form of water. First time I came to the United States, I saw a forest and trees. And I knew I'm gonna stay and I wasn't ever gonna come back.
If you had a chance to tell Reese Witherspoon anything, what would you say?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Not much. It's thank you. It's one of the inspirations. Not only Reese Witherspoon, but definitely I felt a lot of connection with her
With the
in
story.
that movie. And my already ex-husband, we divorced, always called me like, oh, you like that girl in Reese Witherspoon. You're so silly, so childish, infantile, like her.
When you finally got your visa, who was the first person you talked to?
It was my mom and my grandma. They were with me. We all three got here together.
What was your first thought?
I was just happy. I don't know. It like raptured me. Finally, okay, let's go.
What about your grandma and your mom?
My grandma, she didn't want to come, and my mom, and she came back to Russia after that. But then she came back here again because she fell, and it's very hard to take care of elder relatives. We had to take her here, but her husband, my grandfather, died, so she was there by herself, and her other daughter is here too.
When you finally arrived in the United States, did you feel like all of your expectations were met? Or was there any moment what you thought, maybe I should not have come here?
No, I felt like it's the best thing I did for myself, and my expectations were way, like I got more than I thought. Like straight after I came, I've met very good friends that are still here, like right there, that supported me through like some tragic events. My mom and my grandma, they both died.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow.
Yeah, my mom had leukemia, and my grandma, she just couldn't take it, my mom's death, and she died very quickly after. Never woke up. She never stand up from a bed after my mom died.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing for parents to see their children go before them.
Yeah.
Did you have a job when you first came here?
Oh, next day.
Wow, so you found a job the next day?
Yeah, because my aunt lived here, and she asked my friend, her friend, who is actually from Ossetia, hey, you have a restaurant, can you help my niece?
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, they had like a coffee shop, and I went straight there.
Oh, that's very good. I know a lot of people struggle to find their first job when they move to the United States.
I'm blessed, I guess.
That's really nice.
Having people help me.
Yeah, that's really good. There's so many good people around you. So many people good. So many good people around you. But did you have any bad experiences? Your first year of living in America?
First year I was robbed in my house, but I kind of took it like, okay. I've nothing spiritual was taken, and just an iPad and just cup and money.
Wow.
I felt like it's nothing bad, but up to this day, I'm very grateful that I came here. I'm not crazy. I do see bad things, but things that are good for me are way beyond that I wanted even.
I met, yesterday I interviewed, also her name is Anna, and I mean she's also full of light and full of positivity, and I was pretty inspired by her when we spoke. I remember she was saying that I always try to see the good no matter where I am, whether that's in New York or back when she was in Russia, in Kamchatka. Do you think having this mindset of positivity and kind of like seeing the glass half full is something that can be taught?
Yes, I made myself to do that, and I was not always like that.
Was there a pivotal point in your life when you realized I have to change my mindset?
Yeah, there was a very good moment. It's when my mom died.
Oh, wow.
I felt my mom. I never was away from my mom for more than a month in my life. When I went to, when I got to college in Russia, my mom never let me go to Moscow or somewhere else. If I travel abroad, I was always traveling with my mom. I came here with my mom. And when she died, what happened is she got leukemia and she was in remission twice. It was like a battle for over 5 years. She got a bone marrow donor. But when she was dying, the last thing she said, like I asked her, Mom, what do you want to tell me? And the last thing she said, live how you want.
Mm.
And I never had anything else heard from her. And my mom was a person, she's like very typical woman from our area. She gives all to her kids, her husband, never anything for herself. And I don't think she was as happy as she deserved, because she never really was thinking about her own happiness, and it all happened like the life goes away like that.
Mm.
And I felt like right now I don't have any mom, like nobody is in the back, and I'm the only one responsible. So I'm kind of a good girl who is doing what mama said, but I'm taking responsibilities on myself, and that changed my life beautifully.
Are you the only child?
No, I have a brother. He's still in Russia.
Is younger or older?
He's older, 8 years older.
Years older. So you were spoiled as a baby or no?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think I was spoiled, but I was loved.
Going back to your journey of coming to the United States, you had a traumatic experience the first year.
It's not traumatic. It's more, I don't call anything traumatic. I call it educational.
Mm.
So
what
now
would
I
you
know.
say the top 3 lessons that you learned from your first year of living in America?
First year, have friends.
Mm.
Trust people.
Mm.
Just trust, like, really, that's the best thing I did for myself. I would say learn English as soon as possible. I would say take care of your credit score.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Take care of your credit score. Have friends.
That's
Friends
a good one.
very often replace family here, because many people have their relatives away, and many people are looking for a family, and they find other people becoming friends.
Was it hard to find friends in America?
I was blessed with that. That's the most beautiful thing that ever I stepped on the ground. I had my cousin here. My aunt had my cousin here, her son. He had a girlfriend. We're all the same age. She introduced me, and then there were these 2 beautiful sisters, Yana, Lucia. They were amazing.
They were
driving
support.
me. They were helping me with college, with work, with papers in America. Everything I got from my friends.
That's wonderful.
So many things I got from my friends.
What was your first instinct when you started to think about your career and your life in America? What did you want to do for your life?
Oh, I was very lost. I don't think I was really even thinking that I ever gonna even dig into medicine, because I was English teacher in Russia, and I was thinking about anything. I would see myself even a lawyer, but never thought that my hands will, like, I will touch the blood. And right now it's very different.
So did you try different careers before you picked the one that you liked? How was that process of finding yourself professionally?
First of all, I got married, and my ex-husband's mom was a dentist. It was lots of conversation about dentistry, and then I just saw an ad in Facebook that somebody's looking for a dental assistant, and I met amazing doctor. I still remember him. Yeah. And I liked that. But at some point I decided, when my mom got sick, I spent 5 years in the hospital with her because the type of cancer she had is leukemia. Leukemia takes, when they do a therapy, like a chemotherapy, they not only killing certain cells, they kill all the types of blood cells, including white ones that ones that are fighting infection. So if any other type of cancer, they can do a chemotherapy, laser therapy, and people go home. With leukemia, you have to be admitted for a long, long time because any infection kills you outside of the hospital. So I was spending, like, I was giving a birth and going back to the hospital to my mom.
What year did she get diagnosed with cancer?
She got diagnosed, I think it was 2018. No, wait a second.
It's like 7 years after?
No. She died 2019. 9 minus 5.
14.
14. So 2014 she was
So it's
diagnosed.
about 3 years after you guys moved to the United States?
Yes.
Were you married by then?
Yes, I was already
You were married?
I got married very fast.
So you spent a lot of time between the hospital and the home?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
I wasn't thinking about myself that much because I felt like she has to be the one who is taking care of, not me. I only now realize what I did and what I was doing because I was constantly in school. I had 2 small kids.
Oh, you had kids?
Yeah. I was
wow.
giving birth. I did so much and I wasn't even thinking that
Okay, let's take a step back. So you got married, then you had your first child, and if I understand correctly, 3 years later, you got pregnant, and at that time, your mom got sick. So,
Yes.
what months were you when you found out about
A pregnancy?
her cancer diagnosis?
What month?
You were pregnant, yeah.
I don't remember exactly
So it was at the same time, though.
It was about the same time because I remember I never planned a second child, and I was driving my friend on turnpike to JFK. She's supposed to pick up her husband who was coming from Russia with her second child, and we got into the car crash. The girl behind me was 16 years old, and she didn't notice that the traffic started to accumulate, and everybody started to slow down, but she didn't because she was on her phone. She said that to the police, and she smacked me in between 2 cars. Well, okay.
How bad was it?
My car was very bad. I'm fine, but I'm going to the hospital right there, and my friend is with me. We both are women, and they say, hey, before we're gonna do any x-rays, you're supposed to give a sample so we make sure you're not pregnant. And they coming and saying her, you're going to do x-rays and you can't do x-rays, you knew you're pregnant. Right there. That's how I found out about my second pregnancy.
Wow.
Yeah. And I never planned it. My daughter was a surprise.
Wow.
And I remember myself crying over there, saying, like, what am I gonna do? I just started to sleep after the second child. My mom just got diagnosed. I just started to go to work, just started to take part-time classes to school. That, like, everything was like I wasn't going to have a child at that moment.
So much happened at once.
Yeah, it was all at once, and I was standing there and I'm like, I can't make it.
Wow. I'm just trying to process that.
Yeah.
And you're still, like, in a new country, so somewhat you're still figuring things out.
Yeah. Already then I was gonna divorce my husband, but the second child made me to stay.
Even that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So there's a lot going on. You learned that your mom now has cancer. I mean, you're nursing a baby, so a lot going on emotionally as well.
Yeah, so emotional.
Who was your support at that time? Or did you just went on autopilot? And
Yeah,
you like
I think that's what happened.
blocked your emotions?
I just blocked my emotions.
I think a lot of people from Russia and Eastern Europe, we do this. I think that's why we're a little differently built than people in the United States.
It's absolutely true. We are, and I'm looking at us, and I'm like, hey, every other has a story.
Yeah.
Every other has a story.
It's like almost like we can't surprise each other anymore. It's like if I tell my sad story, the other person gonna tell their sad story, and we're just gonna sit and be like, okay, so what?
Yeah, that's
as kind of strange as it sounds, but having hardships and having difficulties to go through and blocking your emotions, it's almost like an average Tuesday.
And I can say that I'm trained, and I'm happy that I can do that, because
You
it
are?
helps. It helps me a lot. I feel I'm in control now, because I can do this, and not only this is only one of my skills.
Wow. Some people, especially who were born in America, would say, but you need to process your emotions. You can't block everything. What would you say to that?
I say they're also right. Yes, and it took me a minute to figure out that I have to release it, otherwise I feel like I'm dying, I'm sick. And now I am, I think I'm kind of started to be skilled in switching from here to here. I can be very passionate, and I can scream, I can make a scandal, I can be very adventurous.
Yeah.
I can do things, but I can turn back into the working mood very easily.
Wow. Now you're spending, after that diagnosis, you spent about 5 years in the hospital with your mom.
It was something like she's admitted for 2 months. One of the times she's admitted for 2 months, so she doesn't speak English. I am trying to be there for all the important appointments. During the day, I'm going either to see my kids or to school or to work. At night, I'm coming back and sleeping with her. I'm putting my kids to sleep, taking my books, going to my mom. But I don't even think it was very hard for me, because I was eating every moment. I was tasting every moment with her, knowing that probably it's not going to be that much time. I wasn't like, oh, I'm so tired. I was like, oh, I'm going to mom.
What did you think about the American health system at that time?
Proud of it.
How so?
I'm proud of it. My mom, by that moment, overstayed her visa. I got married, she didn't. And she was diagnosed. All the treatments she got for free.
Wow.
She had absolutely no papers in the United States, but knowing the right ways to submit the documents and knowing how to do that, you understand that everybody can get treated. Absolutely. If you go to emergency room, nobody will kick you out. It's no difference how much money you have, who you are, nothing.
I didn't know that part. I didn't know that you can get free treatments for leukemia, even if you're not a U.S. citizen or resident.
I think you have to be here at least 3 months. But even if not, you still can. Because the rule is you can't be kicked out of emergency room.
Did you know that before you admitted your mom?
I didn't know. My ex-husband told me. He knows these things. He lives here all his life. He told me that he can, no matter what, you're going to the hospital, you're gonna deal with bills. Bills are also negotiable. Like, you can always talk to the hospital and think about the ways.
You can negotiate your bills?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you can always talk to the hospital and see what you can do. They always can find you a program, either state, government, or some kind of a charity organization with that can help. Not only she got treated, they coming one day and say, hey, do you want to fill out this form? It's going to give you $2,000 just for your own purpose. The money you can spend on anything. Usually people spend it on transportation to the hospital, this and that, but you can do whatever you want.
Do you know if it's only in Philadelphia or everywhere in America?
I know about Philadelphia, I know exactly where,
Mm-hmm.
and I know about Pennsylvania, I don't know about other states, but I'm pretty sure it's all similar. They always can find you help. And the way that all was breathtaking. It was so much respect, so much support from doctors, nurses. That's why I went to nursing school. I still didn't finish it, but I fall in love with what they're doing. I felt like they're there all the time. It's like, yeah, a doctor is a head of a hospital, but a nurse is a hands.
If you had a chance to say something to the nurses and the doctors that took care of your mom, what would you say?
Oh, I would say only thank you to Dr. Allison and her team. They were the best. They were super. The kindest, these people supposed to be in medicine. These people supposed to take care of kids and adults with cancer because they're meant to be there.
Wow.
They were doing more than anybody else.
If you were to describe one of the hardest moments during that 5 years, do you have anything in mind?
The hardest moments? Oh, there were a lot of them. Yeah, like I said, I divorced
in
a
that 5 years period.
I divorced a month after my mom died, so it's kind of always comes all together for me.
Wow.
And the hardest moment was when I figure out that my mom is dying, and I already knew that, but I knew that they're gonna try all the possible treatments that not gonna work, and I knew that I cannot share this with anybody. I can't tell this to my mom. I can't take even a day of hope from her when I was already trying to say goodbye to her. That was hard.
What was the best moment in those 5 years?
The best moments, it's when the best moments is when she was coming back from a hospital, and the most thing I'm happy about, my mom saw my kids and had a chance to take care of both of my babies. No matter how we were seeing things different, we were arguing a lot with my mom because she was trying to hold them on hands all the time, she was not letting them go, and I was trying to sleep and trying to put them in bed. But I'm happy that I had these moments, that she saw my kids.
Is there anything you wish was different in the way hospital took care of your mom, or maybe in the way you acted at that time, or maybe the support system that you had? Anything that you wish that you did differently?
I would probably just cry more.
How so?
I wasn't crying all the time. I only started to cry not just a year or two after I divorced. I wasn't crying for 7 years or something like that.
Is it because you just, that's like your personality, or you...
Yeah, that was just me holding, and I have kids. I was a very responsible person, and I was like, my mom is sick. I can't cry. I can't cry in front of my kids. I can't cry in front of my friends, everybody. I didn't want people see me as victim, because I felt like my kids are more important. My mom is more important. They have to be on stage.
Wow.
But I would say that if one thing I would do different is just talking more about myself and taking care more about myself, and cry more when I want to cry, laugh more when I want to laugh, be more.
Just let your emotions out whenever you feel like doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I struggle with that, to be honest, especially the crying parts. I've always felt that there was a lot of expectation on how I should behave, what I should say, who I should be. So now when I think about like crying and allowing my emotions to just be out, it feels unnatural.
That's how it starts. Don't go too far. Don't be me. Cry more and laugh more. It's the only way that I feel myself happy right now. Not the only way, but it really helps me to feel happy right now, because I trust, like, usually when I feel like I want to cry and something stops me, I say to myself, you have a reason to feel this. No, can I say it on Russian? Если показалось, то тебе не показалось. Есть вот такое. If you know what I'm talking about. If you feel that this person makes you to cry, cry, because there is a reason. Like, let yourself to be heard, let the inner part to be heard. I lost a lot. I think that was my mistake, that I was hiding my emotions, because they help so much. Women have such a good intuition. If I would listen to it more, then probably.
When did you, in those 5 years, you've been going through some difficult time with your family. You just gave birth to your child, to your daughter, to your second baby. And you were also studying. When did you start working in the professional field? And I understand being in the hospital, seeing the nurses also inspired you to go into the medical field. When did you start working?
So I started working. I started to work in dentistry long before that. But when my mom got sick, I got into cardiology office, and I started to be a surgical assistant for a cardiologist, and I loved it. I loved the excitement. I kind of got it. Like, hey, it seems I'm not afraid of seeing people cut it, stabbed, and blood. It seems I like it. It seems I'm here. So I went to nursing school, but my mom died on the first day of my clinicals. A month after I divorced, I just couldn't make it. So right now I went back to dentistry because they pay more. And I'm going. Yesterday it was one workshop I had to attend, and today I'm going to the second one, because my employee pays my degree, and I'm gonna do fillings for people. It's just like dental assistant, but doing a little bit more.
That's awesome. That's very good. I'm very happy for you. Having something that you like and it pays well. That's really nice. I think
so. We'll see what I'm gonna do. But I'm taking it very easy now, not like first time.
How is it different from the first time?
I will live my life, not just going somewhere. Because I used to think like that. Don't think about your emotions. You'll think about it when you finish school. No, I'm here right now. That's what I want to say.
Living more in the present.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing different. I'm going to school and I'm gonna still do my homework, but I'm not gonna think, oh, don't cry, you're gonna cry after, or don't be happy, don't go on a date, you're gonna see him later. Don't go, let your ex-husband watch the child, don't go to the park, you have to do homework. No, I'm gonna go to the park.
When you guys got a divorce, was it your initiative?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you mentioned to me that you were thinking about it before you found out about the second pregnancy. Now, in retrospect, do you think you should have done it back then?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not thinking about it at all. What's done is done. It's hard for me to think how. Every step you make has consequences. I don't know how my life would turn if I would do it. And I'm grateful to everything I went through.
That's very sweet.
Yeah. Well, me and my ex-husband, we are both Libras,
I see.
Very hard to find the balance.
How is co-parenting now that you're divorced?
It's actually Well, most of the part is very good. We have 50-50 custody, live 4 minutes from each other.
Oh, that's really nice.
Kids are going to same school. We are ready to cooperate.
That's good.
My ex-husband has his moments. He sometimes gets upset about he's just panicking too much. Like he can get upset that I didn't took the child to the doctor when I was thinking like, it's just put a band-aid. It's good, but for him it's already
It's something more serious.
Something more serious. But I don't say we good on kids.
What about your social life? How has been being as a single woman with kids, living in the United States? I imagine you haven't been back home.
No, we never have been back home.
So you now call America your home?
Yeah.
And you've been living here. What is it like to be, a single mom, navigating your life and having a career? And
knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Very good.
Very good.
Oh,
I'm very happy about my friends, about how we spend time together, about my personal life. I'm also happy. Very happy.
Mashallah. I mean, I think that's not something you hear often from people. But again, going back to what we said about the mindset, I think that's a choice that you make to be happy.
It is. It is.
Would you say that?
I would say definitely. It's a choice, and it's you train yourself.
But what do you do when on days that are like, I can't do this anymore, this is too hard? Is there something that you like to do that takes your mind out of the negativity? Is there a person that you talk to that helps you? There's a person that helps you?
There's a person that helps me. I would say, first of all, my friend's always there. Like I have a friend for 32 years. We grew up together.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we first grade in our school we went together.
That's incredible.
And she came here. I left first, and then she came here.
Wow.
We're like sisters already here. I have other sisters here. They're always there, and I have somebody whom I love.
How do you make sure that you have good people in your life? Do you have a way to know that, hey, I can trust her, or hey, I can't trust this person?
I think I kind of go with the flow and see what I let things happen, but of course not being stupid. I'm not talking about like going like acting crazy, but usually I just okay, let's see what's I'm giving a chance to everybody to come in. But if you don't want to stay, you don't stay. And if I feel bad, I don't deal with people. It's like I'm very quick right now. I see how I feel. If I feel good, then we're good.
Yeah. I want to make sure that we are on time. I know you need to leave soon. Okay. I think we have a couple more minutes. So I wanted to ask you some quick questions. Don't think too much. Just let me know what comes to mind first. Actually, it's not more of a question, it's a sentence. So, finish a sentence. It's interesting that
Did I still leave? It's interesting. I don't know what to say.
That you're still alive and is that what you mean?
Wait, I don't know what to say.
We can skip that, no worries.
We can skip.
I learned that
That I'm very strong. That I'm very strong. That I can make anything I want.
I wish
I'd be happy. Healthy, as long as I can see my kids. Longer.
I never expected that I
will be in a medicine. That I will take a syringe in my hand and stab somebody and feel happy.
I love that. I am proud that
I'm going to school, back to school after all my fails.
I used to believe that but now.
One more time.
I used to believe that but now. For instance, I used to believe that not able to do something, but now.
I used to believe that I can't make money, but now I know I can.
I regret that I
wasn't crying, as I said, that I wasn't letting my emotions out. They helped me a lot. They're my friends.
This is more in-depth answers. From your perspective, what's the meaning of life?
To be happy.
What does it mean to be happy for you?
Everybody has their own things that make them happy. For me, whatever makes people happy and doesn't hurt the other people, do whatever. Because somebody can say somebody wants kids, somebody don't want kids. You can't say to a woman who first, let's say, infertile, you have no purpose in life because you can't have kids. She has something different. My purpose is just to be happy and healthy, and all I want is very simple life. I want my kids running around. I never will say my kids at 18 years old you have to go rent apartment. My door will always be open. I'm not disciplining them. I just love them.
What is freedom?
Freedom? Just being honest with yourself and tell yourself what you really want, who you really are, and not hiding it from yourself. And when you're saying to yourself, hey, girl, you are trying to be good for everybody, but let's talk, me and you, let's talk business, kind of like that. You like these things, you like that things. Go ahead, be free, and don't be scared.
What is love?
Love. Love is a little bit egoistic feeling that we have. We all want our the people whom we love to be happy, but we all want them to be happy from us. If I love my husband, I don't want him to be happy with the other woman. I will never say, oh, I want my kids to be happy, and I might not making enough money to make them happy, so I'm gonna give them to that rich family who can take care of them. I want my kids to be happy from me. That's why love is. I want somebody to be happy, but I want them to be happy through me too.
Do you think love is conditional?
Except kids, yes. Except my kids, yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. I want to be mindful of your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I appreciate that. If you think it's worth sharing, please share, like it, and subscribe. It's free, it's quick, it's easy, and really helps the algorithm. By the way, if you're interested in sharing your story about how you came to United States from Russia or ex-USSR countries, leave me a comment or send me an email at refugeefromrussiapodcast@gmail.com.